Dragon Ball modders are a different breed. The level of passion and polish in this community is insane, and here on this channel we absolutely support the hard work these teams put in. If you haven't noticed, which would be tough considering how much has been altered, I've been going through the story of Xenoverse 2 with the revamp mod. This is an overhaul created by an incredibly talented team that has touched nearly every corner of the game. New models, textures, auras, costumes, and even brand new quests. Those quests are exactly why we're here today. While I've been deep diving into the official DLC content, the story additions in this mod are remarkable and feel almost official in their execution. Today we're breaking down the story of Xenoverse 2 revamp. Our journey begins in the heart of Kton City where we cross paths with Bulma. She's been searching for a time patroller on behalf of Lord Beerus, who's requesting assistance for a training session with Goku and Vegeta. Bulma is clearly fed up with their constant bickering and pleads with us to head out and deal with them. This kicks off the mod's add-on quests, a new mission type designed to cover what-if scenarios and fresh storylines. They aren't just for show either, they actually reward the player with new attacks, accessories, and clothing. We find Goku and Vegeta in their god forms both absolutely set on surpassing Beerus today. As the sparring match intensifies, Goku and Vegeta realize that while Beerus still holds the upper hand, combining their efforts might actually give them a shot at a win. God Vegito is now on the field, complete with custom voice lines and even a unique moveset. Now this might be the toughest interaction I've ever faced. He's literally beaten me more times than I can count during this quest. Beerus is both fully engulfed in the match and visibly annoyed by Vegito's signature cockiness. Vegito, for his part, isn't planning on holding back anymore.
Well done! To think that you would make it this far. But I'm afraid it ends here. This is Vegito's blow! And I'm not even done yet. This is Kaioken! I can do this too, you know!
Soon, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken is dealing crazy damage, even earning a few compliments from Beerus, who has been actually damaged in this fight. Now before anyone asks how they didn't defuse, if this match takes place within Kton City, they don't have to worry about that timer. We've seen in the main game with Gotenks that fusions can become permanent in the city since time moves differently here. Despite that power up, the tag team with Beerus and the Patroller still end up on top. The Patroller's strength is a massive shock to both of them. It's here where we realize that Krinoa actually asked Beerus to train with us, Goku, and Vegeta because there's a massive amount of new time rifts appearing throughout the city. There's no telling who can come out of them. And back in Kton City, we see one pop up immediately. Android 21, who is now working as a Time Patrol's lead scientist, has finally figured out how to crack into these rifts herself. She's sending the Patroller in to conduct research, and we get a better idea of what we're actually dealing with here. We've landed in Hell during the events of Fusion Reborn, but the Janemba we're facing is not the one we know. This is a version that appeared in Dragon Ball Heroes after being modified by Dr. Wheelo, combined with the Xeno Janemba, a version whose power was amplified by the Dark Dragon Balls. I'll have to go over those in specifics one day. The Patroller arrives just in time to pull Goku and Vegeta out from the brink of collapse, with Trunks making it clear that Janemba has to go down now. It's a grueling, drawn-out fight, but things take a turn for the surreal when an evil version of Android 21 appears. She reveals that she was the one that modified this Janemba. And after a very long and brutal fight, the next stage of her plan begins to unfold.
Oh no!
This new Android 21 is on an entirely different level. Within seconds of her birth, she's already neutralized both the good Android 21 and Pikkon. The situation is desperate enough that Vegeta actually initiates the request to fuse with Goku, but even with the Patroller backing them up, Gogeta realizes they have to tap into every bit of power they have left. That's when Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta hits the field. This model looks incredible. No matter how many times I see this specific design or these cutscenes, I'm always hyped. The battle rages on, but even with the massive power up, this version of 21 manages to defeat Gogeta. It leaves the patroller alone to finish the fight. I want to just show you guys how badly I was done dirty by this boss fight. Just play the clip.
You will not defeat me! Piss me off!
Looks like she's almost down.
No way! No way! No way! No way!
And after a long, exhausting match, dodging some of the most unforgiving ki blasts in the game, 21 is finally defeated, but not by our hands.
Why you?
Chamel and Robaloo are the ones who deliver the final blow to Majin 21, stealing the Dragon Ball from her chest and leaving without saying a word. Both are members of the Demon Realm race and allies of Demigra, following the Dark Empire's split during the events of Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Inclusion of both of them is a massive deep cut for Hero fans and really shows the scale of what the revamped team is pulling from. Once we're back in Kton City, Fu drops in to give us some insight. He admits he was the one who plucked the evil 21 from the Dragon Ball FighterZ timeline and dropped her into the Fusion Reborn era, confirming this was all just another one of his time rift experiments. The Patroller and 21 report back to the Time Nest, and what we find is Kranoa, Trunks, and Elder Kai completely confused. Android 21 believes that if she can get a sample of that specific energy from the Dark Dragon Ball, she might be able to track down the group responsible before they can cause some damage. The catch, the only way to get that sample is to wait for the next rift to appear. The final quest of this mod is one of the best I've seen in this game. It doesn't just reference Kranoa's idea of a tournament, it also pays homage to the real world creators who built the pillars of this game's online fanbase, while bringing back special characters that genuinely made me smile. We see the Patroller's accomplishments have painted a massive target on their back. Kranoa even asked the Supreme Kai of Universe 7 to create a dedicated arena so the citizens can watch the bouts unfold. We're tasked with giving it a name, but apparently Budokai Tenkaichi is already taken. Funny, considering I haven't seen that name used in any media in over 10 years. Kranoa settles on naming the tournament Victory Road. The first round is against Shin the Supreme Kai. He wants to test our power, but he clearly has no idea the Patroller has dealt with being significantly stronger than him. He's laid out pretty quickly. From there, the brackets get weirder. We go through very skinny Namekians and a very large one, fighting through various familiar Kton City faces until we hit a one-on-one with the Xenoverse 2 promotional hero Bon. This dude is cocky. All the CAC matches feel like you're actually in a PvP match. The revamped team gave every past protagonist their own personality, making each encounter feel more unique. After sending him packing, he gets some words in during a post-match interview for Goasu, who's making content for God 2. Bond applauds the Patroller's strength, but makes it clear he doesn't think we can handle Ace. The Patroller goes back through a few different matches in the brackets until we land with 3 idiots. I have no idea why they bickered through the entire match at one another. One kept making his own sound effects, another was just standing awkwardly in the corner, and the small one with the bowl cut kept referencing these ancient Looney Tune cartoons, eventually getting back up with his own beast form and decided to have a generational lock-in against the Patroller. A weight was lifted off my shoulders the moment their HP hit 0. The next major fight brings in Wiz, the hero from Ultimate Tenkaichi. I was a huge fan of that game's hero mode, and seeing him represented with an opening cutscene that recreates the start of those classic fights really hits that nostalgia button for me. He even references his original timeline during a talk with Goasu after we beat him. We go through the bracket of more Patrollers, with more familiar faces. One I haven't seen in months, and another who seems like he's just trying to rage bait me for a thumbnail. This all leads into a match against the hero of Toki City himself, the future fighter who started it all, Ace. Fully voiced here and every bit as heroic as you would expect. The Patroller barely manages to pull out a win, and even in defeat, Ace is a class act. He actually reminds me a bit of Superman. In his post-match interview with Goasu, he tells the Kai he still can't reach Super Saiyan 3, a nice meta nod to the first game capping out at Super Saiyan 2. Cameos keep coming with faces like Super Desit. The Boo who's apparently been hitting the gym in Kton City for the last 10 years is now ripped to the gills. We also run into the old Namekian who handles the level ups. He has a special condition where he won't take any damage unless we knock out a series of previous tournament contestants in an all-out brawl. This leads us into the match that took the internet by storm. The Patroller takes on Goku through various stages of his growth until he hits perfected Ultra Instinct. The battle gets so intense that Vegeta jumps in using his Ultra Ego form, referencing the manga panel in chapter 84 of Dragon Ball Super.
Kakarot!
Oh.
They start jumping the patroller, absolutely running him through the ringer and nearly ending the run right there, but in the end the Kton City hero barely makes it out alive, leading to the final round against the original CAC. The battle between these two warriors is so fierce that they eventually exhaust their energy entirely. No ki blast, no flying, just straight martial arts. It all comes down to one final decisive punch from the patroller winning the tournament and cementing their status as the strongest warrior in Kton City. We finish this story with a secret boss battle. Kane, the leader of the Venoms and the primary antagonist from Jump Force. He's been watching the patroller from the shadows and finally challenges us to a direct test of our strength. This was a massive surprise. Kane was actually designed by Akira Toriyama, so seeing him escape the confines of Jump Force to live on this mod is incredible. After we eventually take him down, he gives a nod to the hero of Jump Force before taking his leave from Kton City for good. This is one of the most impressive mods out there. The revamp mod is still receiving updates with even more planned for the future, and to top it off, this entire expansion with the new story and characters was released completely for free. I couldn't glaze these guys enough if I tried. This mod was a major reason why I built my PC when it first came out, and it's been making the journey of playing through the DLCs I've missed a much more enjoyable experience. We're getting closer to finally finishing up Xenoverse 2 in its entirety. I got some sparking videos dropping later this week, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for those. As always, I've been your local overanalyzer Art Tellings, and I hope you have yourself a damn good one.